Well, good afternoon, my lovely subscribers. Today, I haven't got an auntie's outfit today, but I got on one that I wore. I gave it all my TK Maxx outfits, Selfridges, all of them outfits, John Lewis's, when I came here. And I started to make my African outfits because I wanted to make this kind of style outfit. So here we have, give you a little 12. That's enough of that. But even more importantly, we have some important guests today. And I'd like to introduce you to the one called Angie Rose and the one called MLK. So you're going to hear some really interesting facts about their journey here in the Gambia, because I didn't come along. These people been coming way, way, way longer than me. So they've got a plethora of information to share with us about the Gambia. So I'd like to talk to MLK first. MLK is part of Choice FM Radio. And MLK, I knew MLK through Angie. So let me go back again and introduce them properly. This is Angie Rose. Angie, can you introduce yourself, please?
So I am Angie Rose. I am the co-founder of Aga Tours, a Pan-African tour company. And I'm also the founder of a charity, UK charity, called All Together Giving Africa.
All Together Giving Africa. Let's say it again together so we'll remember the name. All Together Giving Africa. Do you hear that? So there's people that are coming here. We love the development and we're excited about the party. But there's some serious work going on in the background. And it's people like Angie and MLK that I love to sit and speak with. And they keep me abreast of all the wonderful works that they're doing. So, MLK, can you introduce yourself also, please?
Hey, global family. This is MLK. MLK is not Martin Luther King. Of course, it's Model Lamin Keita, and that's my full name. I'm a radio presenter for Choice FM 106.4, the finest radio station in the Gambia.
Can I ask you to repeat that once more? What's the name of your station?
My radio station is called Choice FM. Choice FM is located in the Gambia, not the one in the UK though.
That's right.
Yes, that is. We run a platform called the Gambia Diaspora Connection, and the Gambia Diaspora Connection is designed to build back the connection between us, local people in Africa, and of course our brothers and sisters that are in the diaspora.
Lovely. And coincidentally, in Gambia, they say Gambia small day. What they mean by that is that we all know each other. It's like one big happy village. So, can you guys give me an idea of how and when you guys met?
Yes. Let me just say this. I can vividly remember when I know him through Dr. Abu. I know her through Dr. Abu.
Dr. Abu is from where?
Dr. Abu is from the UK. He's also working at Galaxy Radio. That is another Pan-African radio station. And of course, with my work, I work with different diasporas in the Gambia here as a radio presenter that a lot of people recommend me in building back the connection. So the Tabu is like a family to me as well. So, and then if you are working with the diasporas, of course, you must meet Sister Angie because of the nature of her work. So through that, yeah, exactly. Through that, so my interaction and our movements, with Dr. Abu and certain movements, and I, fortunately met Sister Angie in my journey. So that's how I know her, and then from there, because the main thing is when I start dealing with Dr. Abu, Dr. Abu want to go and pick something from their store, that is Aga, so by then Sister Angie was also around, with the whole team, and Sister Aizot also. So I went with Dr. Abu to the store after having an interview with him at Choice of him. So when we went to the store, I met Sister Angie at the store, arranging stuffs, giving it to the, people.
This is a part of her work. So
yeah.
She does charity, I understand.
Yeah.
And this is the store you're talking about.
Yes. And
so you went to help?
Yeah.
To volunteer or to help with some?
No, we went to pick something from the store.
So you had some goodies coming your way.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we went to pick something from the store there. Then I met Sister Angie there, and she was very active in the store, arranging things with Sister Isa, and shout out to Sister Isa to, all together, Given Africa. And then that's how I'm introduced to her. Then from there, we have a short conversation, and she was really inspired. She liked my movement as a young man in the Gambia, and that's how the connections happen. And then from there, Sister Angie is like a mother to me.
I know you call her mummy, you call her mum. It's like,
I used to call her Sister Angie, but like my consent all of a sudden can't allow me to keep calling her Sister Angie. I think, with me, I think she's a mother.
Yeah.
And then
wonderful.
she treats me like a son.
That's nice.
She guides me like a son.
Yeah,
just
that's
like
wonderful.
Yeah, just like the information my mother gave me, the same thing she gave me all the time.
So we're out here sharing the love.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
extend to extended family. So on your step, what I love about this young man, I'm also very proud of him, which is why I wanted him on the show as well. And we're all connected in some ways. He does his show, and he invites us all onto the show, and we have a chance to discuss any interactions, any difficulties we're experiencing, because it's not plain sailing. It's not always as they say on some of these YouTube videos, it's all fantastic. There are areas of concern. And this young man, as young as he is addressing those concerns. So I've got a lot of time for this young man. He doesn't even seem like a young man. He's grown up now. He's all grown up and left home. And doing some wonderful things. I'm really proud of him. So can you give me a summary of how you would like to introduce Aga Tours and what the impact has meant and on all of us? Because we all felt the ripple effect.
So Aga Tours for me is very personal, because Aga Tours was founded in 2006, following my first visit to the Gambia in 2003. And then subsequently we visited for a further 2 years. And then I wanted to bring our brothers and sisters from the diaspora to Gambia.
You wanted them to experience
I wanted them
the
to
love.
experience what we had experienced over 3 years.
And this is when? 2003?
2003 was my first visit, yeah. And then I kept going back to the UK, and I was excited, and they were looking at me like, what are you excited about? What's wrong with this? And, everybody's saying, well, why do you keep going to Gambia? There's nothing there. There's poverty, the usual. The usual, story in terms of what they see on the television. So I asked the question, how can I get you to come to Africa? In a nutshell. And they said, well, we'll come with you, but we're not going on our own. So I said, okay, so what do you want me to do? Organise a trip? And I said, oh, okay, a group trip. I did it. I should say we did it. I organised a group tour in...
How many was your first?
37 people.
37 people one time. Had you ever done anything like that before?
No.
This is what I love about Gambia. Here, there's a lot of first timers from many things. Look at that, 37 people. That takes some doing. To please 37 of our people one time.
And I've got to share with you, the elder came with us who was 82.
Wow.
And I always say this, I have to acknowledge that, because at 82 she said to me, you know how long I want you to go to Africa? And this part of it, as you said about, how difficult. I did it, and I didn't kind of have any plan of how I was going to do it, but I knew I wanted to get our people to Africa. That was the aim. And at that time, people didn't trust the fact that they didn't know me, because we'd advertised that we were doing the tour as well. And people wanted to come, but they didn't trust because they didn't know who I was. And there was money being exchanged. So what I did, I went one step further, just to gain that trust. I said, well, look, I'll come to your house and book you. It was hard because I was going all over, the UK to book people. But I felt it was necessary, and it was part of what we needed to do.
Yeah, because they got a chance to meet you. How fabulous. That's customer service if ever I heard it. Can you tell me a little bit about what you remember about the Roots Festival? Because a lot of people come here, we've only heard about it, and none of us really experienced it. Can you tell the viewers for me a little bit about the Roots? I'm just going to...
Yeah, so it was a week homecoming festival, and it was a festival that was put on, and it involved different events. So the major one for me was the initiation. So, and that was done in Canalai. Yeah? and as I said, at the previous president's residence where he lives. So they put on different activities throughout the day. So and part of that would be a conference as well. So they'd have a keynote speaker that would attend. And one of the ones I'm going to, Reniko Rashid, Reniko Rashid,
Not the one that was the
the
MP.
historian. He was a historian.
Oh, yes,
So
yes,
he
yes.
was a keynote speaker at one of them, the Roots Homecoming festivals.
He's written a few books.
Yes, many.
Yeah. I
So,
remember.
the other thing I liked about it was the rites of passage. So the women would go, you'd be adopted to a family, you'd be given a name, and then you'd have to go away. The men would go off separately, the women would go off separately.
Interesting.
And then you'd have to learn a dance. Yeah, part of that ritual would be you learn a dance. And they'd do some like sacrifice stuff and chickens and all of that stuff going on. Most of us didn't understand what was happening because we were on the journey of
Connection.
reconnecting.
Yeah,
you know?
reconnecting.
So I say reconnecting our DNA, you know, and that was part of the reason why we was here in the first place. And we'd go to Jufri as well. So we had Punta Kinte.
Explain to them with your phrase.
Yeah, so Jufri is in, so it's Jufri, which is Jufri
it
Al
another-
Breda
yeah.
on the north bank. And you have to cross on a ferry to Barra if you go the local way.
And what's the difference with
Not Bangan.
no, where they say Kunta Kinte?
Well, you know, it's very controversial, but Punta Kinte, that's where Punta Kinte was taken from.
Yeah.
Right? So there you have it.
Different, yeah.
Yeah, Jufri.
So when you hear Jufre, that is the real original name for it.
And they call it, originally it wasn't called Punta Kinte Island. So it was St. James and then St. Andrews, if I remember rightly. And then they renamed Punta Kinte Island.
Yeah. We'll put some information in the comments to confirm the facts, fun facts.
So that was all part of this week of the hope. So there were lots of historical, cultural events that took place. But I like the one, and then you'd have to dance in front of the president. Once you've had that rites of passage experience, and you had to learn things on this journey, and then in the evening they'd have a big ceremony.
Yeah.
And we'd have to do a dance in front of the president. Oh, that was hilarious.
Did you do yours?
Oh, yeah.
Can you remember the dance?
Oh, I don't know if I can.
That's all right. I'm not going to ask her to demonstrate.
But that was, and I remember Sizzler.
Do you have footage for that?
I do have
Because I would love it. Maybe if
Yes, I do.
we can let the viewers see that. That would be
do
really
have
cool.
footage. We do have footage.
And some info. We'll try and let you see what the Roots Festival was about, and maybe we could talk. That could be that's a whole nother conversation by itself. So, so
I
you
just
brought
say-
people for the Roots Festival,
Well, we
yes?
talk about the Roots Homecoming, and we're actually right now championing that. Where we're working towards that as well.
Well, you have my support. Anything I can do to assist, we'll be happy to. But you know, for me, it sounds like what you've done there is the modern day Harriet Tubman, in some ways. Now, all right, yes, let's take it, but in a modern day version. I know what she did was very different, but think about what's been done here. You've gone in and said to people, come, there's a better place for you. Leave from whence they came and come home. And that's very much what I'm about. I couldn't do what you've done, but I can feed you when you get here. So that's my little contribution. And, you know, this is what Garveites is all about. Leave from whence you came and come back. And you are helping to facilitate that, as is yourself. You're keeping our, we have a space to speak with you on the radio, to speak about issues and concerns. And you're bringing new people. People come, they stay. People might not have, I'm sure there's very few people who have not revisited on their own.
We've got many returnees, and we've got many testimonies.
Yeah.
And it's really, I want to thank you actually for giving me this opportunity to talk about it, because I'm one of those people that I just do. This is my purpose. And when you find your purpose, you live on your purpose. And what it's done, it's given me the opportunity to meet so many beautiful brothers and sisters and form partnership, relationships. There's been marriages, there's been babies, there's been weddings,
You've been invited to all, you've seen.
Yeah, there's just been so much that, people have come and invested, people have repatriated, and now I'm talking about it. It's kind of like,
You're realising.
oh my gosh, because I just do it.
Yeah, and you don't realise the impact and the ripple effect it's having. And I must say, her name is, everyone knows her throughout here. You've actually done some charity, medical
Yeah. So out of the tours,
clinics.
yeah. So out of the tours was born, and then everything we do is local. Because we believe that we have to support our local, our grassroots communities.
Oh.
Everything starts at the foundation. And, when I say Pan-African, I mean it in the sense that, any of the hotels, the businesses, we source them, because we want to make sure our money stays amongst the community.
That's
very, very important to us. This is very, very important. So there's an ethical part of what we do.
Oh, absolutely.
And, just for the record, it's not a money making. It's not that we came into this to make money. We don't make money from it, we just are aiming to get the people here. Once we get them here, whatever happens after that, we will support as long as it's ethical.
Isn't that fabulous?
And not bringing the country into this disrepute, if you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we have to also be respectful.
So I love that, Sister Angie, and I want people to know if we've all been fed a narrative, and we've discussed this on your platform about the, even Gambians have been fed a narrative about the West, and we in the West have been, and you're able to expose and undo a lot of those ideas. But if you've got an open mind and you are a traveller, things are done differently in every country, so you will appreciate the country for what it is.
And coming to that, from there, we also engage on tours in our Gambia Diaspora Connection. There's a lot of people who come, okay, we want to go to this place, go. So we take them to different places.
What kinds of tours are you doing? Are you talking about local tours?
Local tours in the Gambia.
Okay.
Yeah, we go.
So we can put in the information, some contact information. If you want to do tours, it'd be nice if you support this young man because he's doing a lot of good work.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying don't support anyone else, but I would like to direct you to supporting this young man, because once we have supported him, he's going to put that to good use.
That's right.
It's only going to elevate him in a fashion that we would expect. You've also done some clinics.
So we have help. Yeah. So we through experience here in the Gambia in the 2014 Roots Homecoming Festival, it brought us into the healthcare facilities in the Gambia, and when we saw the challenges that were being faced in the healthcare system, I left and I said, I'm not going to go back and complain. What I'm going to do as a descendant, I'm going to try my best to be the change that I want to see. So what can we do? So I went back and I said, look, I want to put on a health awareness day in the Gambia. And we put on our first health awareness day 2017 to 2022. Now we were interrupted by the pandemic, but we did it online. Because when you're living on purpose, we'll always find a way.
You'll find a way
to achieve.
I love that.
Yeah,
no excuses.
No,
Do you hear that? No.
Very important.
No.
Very, very important.
So we're very, very proud. So we haven't done one since 2022, but we're going to start that again. Very soon. We're in the planning period for that, and that will be going out. We'll be going out to the more rural areas. The aims and objectives that we wanted to achieve at the old Joshua Health Centre, that's where we held a health awareness day, has been achieved. So they're now at a different standard and really, really flying.
So you went in and you assisted.
Absolutely. And what we don't do, I have to state at this stage, we're not about dependency. And we are about helping our brothers and sisters to help themselves. So we're teaching how to fish and then how to make a rod so that you can sustain and look after your families.
We need that going forward.
Yeah. And when we did the health day, what we said, we would 100% support it the first year, then the second year it would be 80% and so on, until they totally supported it.
That's fabulous.
They put it on and we supported. So that's a great achievement for us, So the charity Altogether Giving Africa is there as a vehicle, as a tool to support our brothers and those that are in the most need. So that's the area that we focus on, those that are in the most need. And, wherever we go as a people, we have some people that they're okay, some people need, and we all need help. We all need support.
Well, funny you should say that. I'm just remembering one of the first times I met you was in the UK.
And you offered to take 2 boxes on your container for
Yeah,
us.
because I used to, back then it was okay to ship with ship
Yes,
uh, 1 or 2, 40-foot containers. We had space, and we met up to collect, and it was for charity. We had the space. I do my small charity giving back in little ways, but where I can, I will. I don't do it as much as I'd like because I'm still in survival mode, and I can't help nobody unless I've helped myself. Without being selfish, but these people here are very selfless, and I commend them. And I'm in awe of them, and will always be inspired by them. So lovely people, you see the lovely people. I told you I meet some fabulous people here at MO2. I'm going to close. I want to thank the camera crew at MO2 camera crew. He's always on point. You see, we are improving bit by bit. I was always very nervous, but I'm getting a little bit more confident, and these people are always showing me love. All right, he's my nephew also. It's my sister always. We go a little bit further than just business. She gives me counsel, and we need each other in different ways. So I want to thank you for being there all these years, because you have been. People don't know that. So she doesn't shout about these things, but you've been an integral part of my continuation here, because sometimes I just want to give up.
Yeah.
I honestly do.
Never give up, man.
Never give up. Never give up the fight. But with people like these that are always encouraging me, let me just thank you all of you out there that's kept this going, and keep it going. Like, subscribe. Go. I need some keyboard warriors. You're not listening to me. I need keyboard warriors. You might not want to go up into the trenches like my lovely people, but tick, like, and subscribe. That don't cost you nothing.
Yeah.
It's free. So I beg you, please do the right thing. Support the thing so that I can showcase some more wonderful people that are coming in. They're doing things and they're spending their own money. I want to showcase these ones. They're the ones that are not heard. I'm not saying they don't have a voice, but they move silently. Yeah, I want to make noise and beat drum out there.
I want to say to you, I want to say to you before you end, I actually want to say to you, because I think for me, I like to big up people. I like to give them their flowers while they're here. You are a warrior. So just likewise, you're giving it to us. I'm giving it back to you.
Thank you, sister.
Motivate a lot of people.
I don't actually see that, but I hear
not
you.
just from, and I'm giving it to you, so don't question it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Receive it.
All right.
From the UK, you've been on this. Yeah, you're on it in the Gambia, and I love your resilience and your endurance. And I'm going to end by saying the road is not for the swift, it's for those that can endure to the end.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you, and I receive it. MLK, much love.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.